flowering plants, or angiosperms, have dominated the earth since time immemorial. The angiosperms are the most successful group of land plants, and this success is attributed to that most beautiful organ that we all love, the flower. Angiosperms are the most diverse group of land plants, consisting today of more than 2 million species. They show a great deal of diversity in their external and internal structures. However, the basic plant structure of all angiosperms is the same. Their plant bodies consist of roots, stems, leaves, flowers, and fruits. Let's learn the morphology of different parts of the plant body, beginning with the roots. The radicle present in the embryo forms the first root of the plant. This is called the primary root. Roots grow downwards along the direction of gravity. They are thus said to exhibit positive geotropism, also called gravitropism. As roots do not grow towards sunlight, they are said to be negatively phototropic. The roots anchor the plant to the ground. They absorb water and nutrients from the soil and conduct them to stems, leaves, and other parts of the plant body. Roots store food. They prevent erosion of the soil, and they also synthesize plant growth regulators. The narrow tip of the root that makes its way through the soil is called the root apex. The growing root apex in plants is protected by the root cap, which is also called the calyptra. The root cap consists of cells called statocytes, which are responsible for the downward growth of the roots in the direction of gravity. Did you know that if the root cap is removed, the plant root will grow in any random direction and not show positive geotropism? Above the root cap is located the zone of active cell division. This zone consists of the apical meristem, which is actively dividing cells that form different root tissues. The rapidly dividing meristematic cells also replace the worn-out root cap cells, protecting the root apex. Between the apical meristem and the root cap lies a quiescent center, where cell division is very slow. Above the zone of division is located the zone of elongation. This zone consists of cells that take water into their central vacuoles and thus elongate to increase the length of the root. The elongation of cells in this zone is responsible for the penetration of the root tip further down into the soil. Above the zone of elongation is located the zone of maturation, characterized by the presence of root hair. A root hair is an epidermal cell that is in direct contact with the soil and serves to increase the surface area for absorption. Root hair thus aids in water and mineral absorption from the soil. There are three different types of root system, namely the taproot system, the fibrous root system, and the adventitious root system. In the taproot system, the radicle grows into a long, straight primary root that grows laterally to form secondary and tertiary roots. The taproot system is seen in dicotyledonous angiosperms, such as carrots, radish, and turnips. On the other hand, the monocotyledons have a fibrous root system. In the fibrous root system, the radicle that grows to form the primary root does not persist and is replaced by thin fibrous roots that originate from the base of the stem. Coconut, white clover, and wheat are examples of plants that have fibrous root systems. In some plants, the roots arise from parts of the plant other than the radicle. Such roots are called adventitious roots. The roots arising from the branches of the banyan tree are an example of adventitious roots. Another example of adventitious roots is those growing along the nodes of the bamboo plant. Did you know that the carrot is a taproot? Taproots, fibrous roots, and adventitious roots are often modified for special purposes in some plants. For example, in carrots, turnips, and beet, the taproot becomes swollen and is used for storage. Similarly, the sweet potato is a modified adventitious root used for storage. Another example of root modification is the upward growth of taproots in plants that live in marshy areas. Such roots which grow against gravity are called breathing roots or pneumatophores. They occur in plants that grow in marshy areas and are used for respiration. The adventitious roots of the banyan tree also act as props supporting its branches. The roots grow underneath the soil, and as they grow old, they become strong enough to support the lateral growth of the branches. These adventitious roots are thus called prop roots. Another example of a plant with modified adventitious roots is the maize plant, which gives out clusters of roots from the first few nodes of its stem. These roots are called stilt roots, and they grow downwards into the soil to give additional support to the slender stem of the plant.